Time now to look at the day ahead here at Capital OTB on this Friday, March 14th. Coming up on OTBTV and via Capital OTB Bet. Aqueduct, New York back in action again during March. They have a 3-day schedule, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they're back today. It is a Friday. Gulfstream Park also on the agenda today. Tampa on the other side of Florida. Oaklawn in the mix, some of my favorite tracks today. Santa Anita a little bit later on. Tonight on the sulky side of things, we'll look at Meadowlands, Mohawk, Yonkers, and Hoosier. All of that coming up here on OTBTV this afternoon and into this evening. Also, want to have a reminder again, there's a Derby Oaks Future Pool, one of each, Derby Future Pool, Oaks Future Pool, that opened today, Friday at noon. The Derby Pool will close Sunday at 6. The Oaks Pool will close Sunday at 6:30. There's also an Oaks Derby Double Future Pool, so you can have some fun with that. So take a look at those over the weekend and see if you see some value in there. Don't forget tomorrow at Colonial, they have that little short meet down in Virginia that features the Now on Dirt Virginia Derby, which has the potential to send some horses with points to the Kentucky Derby. They also have the Virginia Oaks on the card, some familiar names in town via trainers and jockeys. That's tomorrow, Saturday. There's also a Friday card at Colonial, but Saturday features Virginia Derby and Virginia Oaks. Keep that in mind. NHC kicks off today, National Handicapping Championship out in Las Vegas. I always say, follow Steve Bick, his radio show. It goes over to the internet because he's on essentially all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But check in every once in a while. It's fun to listen to. You think a handicapping contest on the radio, but it's all the best players in the country, and he brings a lot of them over to comment during the contest. And then on Sunday, when the field whittles down, some folks don't make it to the Sunday grouping, and so they can sit in with Steve and kind of comment on how other people are doing. And then later on Sunday, when you get that final table of 10, it's always fun. So again, Steve Bick, you can go to stevebick.com and click on the Listen Live link and follow along. But it's always a lot of fun. And I bring it up also because yesterday I pulled up, while I was sitting in here, the list on the NTRA website of the players. I think there's 600 and some. So you wind up the weekend number one. You've had a good weekend, because when I always say, and I'd love to get out there as a player, and so I play in these online contests, and I just don't get to play enough to make it. Last year I got this close in one of the contests, but I think to assure myself I'd have to play more. I think a lot of the people who do make it are playing pretty constantly. I just don't get enough of a chance. But I always say, having done those contests, for every 50 people it seems like playing, and you can have online, you can have little qualifiers with very short fields of 20 or 30, but you can also get into an actual qualifier. I mean, there are pre-qualifiers and qualifiers, and one of the actual qualifiers you might have a couple hundred people you're facing. And for every people, there's at least one person who's having their day, as it were, and not the day of a lifetime, but one of the 5 or 10 you might have during the year. And so you're sitting there and you look, and there's a $60 winner. If there's a 200-person field, like 4 of those people will have it. And what you hope is it's your day. You hope you're that person. And so when you get a field of 600 or 700, now you've got a group of people who are probably having their day, and you need to string 3 of those together. And so again, it's tough, but it's a lot of fun, as I say, to kind of follow along. And again, I went yesterday to the NTRA website and just scrolled through and checked. There's about 10 people that are from our local Albany, Saratoga area. One of those, Don Chung from Clifton Park, he's a regular patron here at the Clubhouse Racebook. Great contest player, so we are clearly rooting for him. But some of the others, Chris Dewey from Troy, Dan Jablonski from Saratoga, Joe Kelly from Malta, Paul Matisse, our friend Paul and Duke, always have fun with them up at Saratoga every summer. Paul won a few years ago, but Paul's in the contest again. Mark Robbins from Saratoga, Harold Stewart from Poughkeepsie, Leo Schweider from my hometown of Amsterdam. Don't know Leo, but certainly rooting. Don Wildermuth from Saratoga. We had him on the show a few years ago when we were out in Vegas covering the NHC. He had qualified that year as well. So rooting for Don as a local. And Bob Weir, Kim Weir's husband. We have Kim on the show talking a little bit about therapeutic courses of Saratoga, where she works. But her husband, Bob, is actually a buyer figure maker, but he qualified this year. So rooting for all of the locals, certainly, to do very well over the weekend in the NHC, the National Handicapping Championship out in Las Vegas. All right, let's hit you with some of the promos coming up here at Capital OTB. Today, Friday, there's a happy hour bankroll. We'd love to have you stop by this afternoon at the Clubhouse Racebook, 711 Central Avenue in Albany. Come early, put your name in the hat. I'll start playing at about 2 o'clock. Usually we close the entries about 2 or 3, so you have that much time if you're checking when you listen to this. But we will select a team of 10. I'll play on behalf of the team all afternoon. Last couple of times we've done it over the past month and a half or so, we've had 2 others, and folks have walked away with a nice little pile of money. Not huge, but it's free money and courtesy of Capital OTB, so that's always very good. So come on in today. We'll see if we can do that again. Happy hour bankroll, Friday afternoon, this afternoon, Clubhouse Racebook, 711 Central Avenue in Albany. Tomorrow, there's a Fan Appreciation Day at the Broadway Lanes Easy Bet. If you're a patron out in that direction, stop by. Let us say thank you to you. Fan Appreciation Day, always a lot of fun. Food, vouchers, PPs, and a contest where you can win a little extra something. That's the Broadway Lanes Easy Bet this tomorrow afternoon. That's Saturday afternoon, Broadway Lanes Easy Bet. So again, a Fan Appreciation Day tomorrow, Saturday, Broadway Lanes. And Sunday here at the Clubhouse Racebook, King of the Hill, you get a chance at winning a little extra something. We've had a couple of winners over the past few weeks. It's fun. It's a fun contest. It gets a little challenging at the end, but you get a chance to win some extra money. That's Sunday here, Clubhouse Racebook, King of the Hill, 711 Central Avenue in Albany. All right, there it is. The day ahead on this Friday, March 14th, here at Capital OTB.